I'm in love with Jesus. I'm in love. 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 I'm in love with Jesus. I'm in love with Jesus. Yeah.
Good evening, dear beloved, wherever you are. I welcome you this evening to the program. This is our faith. My name is Reverend Father Maryba Theophilus. And tonight, we are continuing with our program, with our topic, marriage, the sacrament of holy matrimony. And tonight, we are going to narrow it down to the topic, love in marriage. Love in marriage. Love in marriage. But before that, listen to this song, I'm in Love, from Obapa Monique. The song was produced by Maryba Theophilus. It was managed by Maryba Theophilus and produced by Maryba Multimedia in the year 2021. I'm in love with Jesus, from Obapa Monique. So good evening once again, dearly beloved. As I've said, the program is This Is Our Faith with Reverend Father Maryba Theophilus, your servant. And today we are looking at the sacrament of holy matrimony. Sacrament of holy matrimony. And we will narrow it down to love in marriage. Love in marriage. Dear beloved, we've looked at marriage, what it is, and we saw that marriage is a covenant between man and a woman with an intention to stay as husband and wife for the rest of their lives. So marriage is a covenant between man and a woman. That is what we have learned. This covenant exists between man and a woman. Between man and a woman. It is not between man and man, nor woman and woman, nor man and women, nor men and a woman. In fact, as I've always said, marriage is like a bus. It's like a plane. It's one man, one seat. That is what marriage is about. Then we also got to know that God created marriage for a purpose. For a purpose. And the purpose is for companionship, for support, sexual satisfaction, parenting, and spiritual development. So this is what we've also learned, that marriage has a purpose. And the purpose is for companionship, for support, for sexual satisfaction, for parenting, and spiritual development. We also looked at essentials of marriage, and we came to understanding that there are two things that marriage hinges on. The first is the fact that the first essential of marriage is unity. Unity. Then we also got to know that it is also indissoluble. Meaning, immediately the marriage is celebrated, nothing under the sun can separate it. No human authority has the power to separate married people. No human authority has the power to separate what God has put together. Then we ended at the benefits of marriage. And we said marriage has a benefit for the individuals, it has the benefit for the children, and also has a benefit for the society. I'm recapping all this for our brothers and sisters who couldn't join us during our previous sessions. And I said that as individuals, marriage has a benefit for us. And one of the benefits is that it encourages or it helps the married couples to grow healthier. Yes, you heard me right. It helps the married couples to grow healthier. Why? Let me use myself as an example. As a priest, I'm not married. I may have a cook or not. Currently, I do not even have it. Now, when it comes that I decide not to eat for the whole day, nobody will control me, nobody will ask me. However, if I'm married and I decide not to eat, sooner than later, the family will call me to find out why I have decided not to eat. Why I have decided not to eat. And because I don't want anybody to call me and ask me questions why I have decided not to eat, I will eat. And by so doing, I will grow healthier. Again, as individual, when you marry, you are also prone to less, or you are less prone to loneliness. You see, if you are not married, you may feel lonely because there's nobody there to talk to. But immediately you are married, you have your wife or your husband there. And therefore, you can, or you have somebody to talk to. And for that reason, you will not be lonely unless that marriage is meant for something else. Other than that, you are less prone to loneliness. Again, as an individual, marriage helps you become more productive and richer, because it is said that two heads are better than one. The work that you will do alone, if you have a spouse, your spouse will help you, and by so doing, you expand the work, and therefore you grow richer. It also has benefits for the children. Marriage. It is established by research that children who stay with their parents throughout grow up to be more intelligent academically than those trained by one parent. Because the parents are there to support. As I said, unless the marriage was established for something else. Other than that, the child grows sharper intellectually and everything. Again, it is also established that when married couple train their children throughout, when the children stays with their parents who have never experienced breakup, they in turn in their marriage do not break up. So the children also benefit from the marriage. Then the society, as long as we give birth, the society also benefits from it, because they will send them, the church will benefit from it, because we baptize them, and the church grows in number. When they become rich, the church grows and gets richer, because they offer something. The family benefit from them, the community benefit from them. So marriage, as it is, has a lot of importance or benefits for the person who is married, for the children, and also for the society. Haven't summarized what we have learned for the past 3 weeks. Today, we'll move on and we'll look at love in marriage. Love in marriage. If you have just joined me, beloved, you are watching This Is Our Faith with me, your servant, Reverend Father Maryba Theophilus. Bernard Afumiyaku, thank you for joining. Mami Mary Gorman, thank you for joining. Invite friends, families, and let us dissect and bisect our faith. Marriage is one of the institutions that is causing a lot of trouble for the youth of today. And I think the children need it, the youth need it, and even you as a married couple, you need to understand one or two things to move on, to see where you need to sharpen or shape certain things, and we move on. This program is live on YouTube, then on Facebook. If you have not subscribed, do so. Maryba TV, both on Facebook and YouTube. Share. Once again, share. 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 Share it. Share it on your status. Share it on Facebook. Share it to your friends. Let us look at what marriage is all about and what we are expected to do. Before I continue, I want you to understand that when it comes to marriage, there are various schools of thought or theories about love. And this evening, the first one we'll look at is what we call the triangular theory of love. The triangular theory of love. This triangular theory of love talks about three things: intimacy, passion, and commitment. Intimacy, passion, and commitment. When we talk of intimacy, we are talking about the emotional component of love. Intimacy, when we are talking about intimacy, we are talking about the emotional component of love. This involves a mutual feeling of closeness. When we say we are in love, there are three things that we look for. One is the intimacy. And we're talking about intimacy, we are talking about the emotional component of love. Emotional component. This involves mutual feeling of closeness, connectedness, bonding, shared dreams and hopes for the future. So you see somebody, you meet somebody, and there's this connection. There is this bond. There is this closeness, the desire to be very close to the person. That's what we call the intimacy of love. More often than not, intimacy is expressed physically by touch, affectively by arousing emotions, and verbally by open communication, where you offer honest thoughts and feel free to expose your weakness, hope, and insecurities without fear of rejection or ridicule. This means when we are talking about intimacy, we are talking about a stage where one feels free. You share your anxieties with the partner or the friend. You share your aspirations. You share your weakness, your hopes, insecurity, and other things. And at this level, you are not afraid to be rejected. You are not afraid to be rejected. And see, Mama Kanye, say you're a can or bra or Yanzame Bassa, no general. Those can your friend intimacy, intimacy, a chade, Nipano, a pedeb, and Nipan, you need some common. odu baby apedo so nyipa nemu aha bonde eyene kasa eyene chawo hawo woda dwen wokadanda na dam gina bia won insuro de obeyiwa ma ana debi because if the enyanyanko enyadofo. The second pillar of the triangular theory of love is what we call passion. So the intimacy is the emotional aspect attached to it. When we are talking about passion, passion is the motivational component of love. And this passion leads to romance and physical attraction. If you have any question, you can send it through WhatsApp to the number on the screen. Or you can ask in the comment section and I'll respond to that. Thank you for joining me. The program is This Is Our Faith. And with me, your servant, Reverend Father Maryba Theophilus. We are discussing sacrament of holy matrimony. And today we are looking at love in marriage. And under that, we are looking at what we call the triangular theory of love. The first is what we call intimacy. And we are discussing the second aspect, which is passion. And I've said, when we talk of intimacy, intimacy is the emotional component of it. Intimacy is the emotional component of it. And passion is the motivational aspect of it. And as I've said, the passion leads to romance and physical attraction. It is usually expressed by hugging, kissing, and through sexual acts. So it means if you say you are in love and there is no emotional aspect of it, that could not be love. If there is no passion, that could not be love. Or you cannot do that in marriage. Let me put it that way. If you are married, you must express the love you have for your spouse in three things: intimacy, passion, and commitment. When we talk of commitment, but before I go that, let me add that when we are talking about passion, which is expressed in hugging, kissing, and other things, passion develops quickly, but it can also fade quickly. Passion can fade quickly, so easily. Yes, you heard me right. Passion can fade so easily. Share for others to join. If you have a question, feel free. Send it by WhatsApp to 0243110438, or just leave your question in the comment section and I'll address it. The program is This Is Our Faith. Watching it live on Maryba TV, on Facebook and YouTube. If you have not subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do that. Subscribe to the YouTube channel Maryba TV. And if you have not liked or followed on Facebook, quickly do that. Yes. Share the video for others to benefit from this teaching. A lot of people are in marriages. Meanwhile, they don't know what they are actually doing. This program is meant for them, to help them bring back the love. Bring back the love in the marriage. The third aspect of the triangular theory of love is what we call commitment. Commitment. So we have intimacy, we have passion, and we have commitment. Commitment is the cognitive component of love. It is your determination to remain in relationship and work at it no matter what happens. Commitment is the cognitive component of love. It is your determination to remain in a relationship and work at it no matter what happens, for better or for worse. Nothing short of commitment can make a happy marriage. Nothing short of commitment can make a happy marriage. So, in summary, what I have said, or what the church teaches, is this: for us to have love in marriage, it depends on three things. Or when we talk of love in marriage, that's three things. We have the intimacy, we have passion, and we have commitment. The intimacy is the emotional component. Passion is the motivational component. And commitment is the cognitive component. And commitment means you are ready to make sure that this love will work no matter what, for better, for worse. A brother has asked the question. Nana Kwesi, your question is, what is the position of the church on this? If I had 2 wives before knowing Christ, should I divorce one? And if so, wouldn't I cause emotional pain to the one being divorced? Kwesi, the answer to your question is yes. Marriage, as we all know, and is taught by the church, God created man and a woman. When Adam slept and God took the rib, God brought Eve, not Eve's. Therefore, for the church, marriage is a bond, a covenant between a man and a woman. If you were not Christian, let me put it this way, if you were not a Catholic, and you had about 3 or 4 wives, you are now a Catholic. And you want to celebrate or receive the sacrament of holy matrimony, the church encourages you to divorce either 1 or 2, depending on the number of wives you have. In your case, 2. And the one which will go, the church will advise you to divorce or to ask you to step aside and continue for your own salvation, is always the second wife. is always the second wife. Unless the first wife decides to leave the marriage for the second one. If not, the church will encourage you to divorce one so as to receive the sacrament of holy matrimony. If not, you cannot receive the sacrament. And if you have two wives in the Catholic Church, you cannot even receive the sacrament of baptism unless you get a special dispensation from the local ordinary, which in this case is the bishop of the diocese. So now, if you have two wives, the church will encourage you to divorce one. As for the pain, emotional pain, yes, you will cause it. But the question is, which one do you prefer? Your salvation or pleasure? Following Christ means you have to avoid certain things, take hard decisions, and move on. Thank you. As I said, if you have any question, you can bring out either on WhatsApp or on the YouTube or on the comment section, and I will address that. Thank you. So what we have talked about as the triangular theory of love, meaning intimacy, passion, and commitment, this happens in a love relationship. However, in non-love relationship, all the three components, that is commitment, intimacy, and passion, are absent. In ordinary friendship, there is no commitment, there is no intimacy, and there is no passion. Ordinary friend, there is no intimacy, there is no passion, and there is no commitment. We have something we call like love. Like love. That is, I like you. I like you. I love you for who you are. I like you. In our language, WhatsApp. And that kind of love, the like love, that one involves passion only. And as I've said, when we are talking about passion, we are talking about motivational component that leads to romance and physical attraction. So there are some relationships, they are only doing romance and admiring the beauty of either the man or the woman. That's what it is. That's I like you. At any point in time, that passion will fade, and when it fades, there is nothing to keep them together. So in the like one, okay, in the like love, there's just intimacy. And when we are talking about intimacy, we mean emotional component. Just touching, talking to the person, and those kind of things, and nothing more. That's what we call the love the like love. They have what we call the infatuation. The infatuation involves passion only. Kissing, touching, those kind of things. Just infatuation. Satisfaction, and that's all. So you see the person, you admire the person, and after hugging the person, kissing the person, and at times having sexual affair, that love vanishes. We have a lot of relationship that has ended that way. So there is commitment in empty. So I've talked about infatuation, that involves passion only. In empty love, that's the love that we call empty love. In an empty love, there is commitment, but no passion, no intimacy. We have some people, they don't want you to go, and they will do everything to keep you. There is no passion. There is no intimacy. Keep asking your questions if you have any of them. Then we have what we call romantic love. In romantic love, there is intimacy and passion, but no commitment. In that kind of love, nobody, none of the partners will do anything to sustain the relationship, no matter what. So there is no commitment in romantic love. There's no commitment. There is no passion. No romance, no kiss. But the person doesn't want to go. We have what we call fictitious love. In this type of love, there is commitment and passion, but no intimacy. In what we call fictitious love, there is commitment and passion, but no intimacy. In compassionate love, we have love we call compassionate. In compassionate love, there is commitment and intimacy, but no passion. So as I mentioned them, just look at where you belong to, where you are. Look at where you are. Then we have what we call consummate love. In consummate love, there is complete love containing all the three components, but they may vary in intensity over time for each partner. The greater these components match, the greater the satisfaction in the marriage. The greater these components are mismatched, the greater the dissatisfaction in a marriage. The relationship that is non-love is most likely to fail. So friends, this is what we call the triangular theory of love. If you have any question, you can ask me, and I'm ready to answer. Either on WhatsApp, on Facebook, or YouTube. I will answer you, and we move on. Now, let's continue. I'm going to mention this briefly. Then, next week, we will continue in details. Then we have what we call the Greek theory of love. The Greek theory of love. In this Greek theory of love, there are basically 4 different kinds of love. 4 different kinds of love. Okay, let me just go through quickly. Then we'll move on. These 4 different kinds of love in the Greek theory, we have what we call the filial love. Filial love. That one is what we call affection or friendship. And this one is just, oh, I like you feeling. Most relationship starts with affection. When you notice attractive features of an opposite sex that you may like and wish you had. This includes physical appearance, lifestyle, personality traits, economic status or status, cultural background, and social status. So, I like you because you are handsome. I like you because you were a priest. I like you because you are famous. I like you because of your height, because of your color. Those things are natural. And they don't mean anything. In this kind of love, you become friends, you give and take based on your interests. So it's like you end up keeping each other's company. It's like, okay, I'm sharing the love I have with you, or I'm maintaining it by the pleasure I take in you, or the pleasure you take in me. And that is what we call the filial love. Then we have what we call the storage, or the family love. This love is what exists between brothers and sisters, children and their parents, siblings, family members, first cousin, second cousin. The love that exists between you and your uncle, your auntie. Those things, that the family love. Yes, let's put it that way. The family love. That one, it doesn't include passion and those kind of things that we have for other people. You are my sister, you are my sister. I relate with you as a sister. I relate with you as a brother. I relate with you as a family member. And that is all. And that. So, that is what we call the storage. Because you are my cousin, that's why I relate with you. I love you as a cousin. I love you as a sister. I love you as a brother. I love you as a mother. I love you as a father. And that is all. The third theory of love, from the Greek perspective, is what we call the passion or the eros love. This is what actually exists between married couples. I love you not because you are my sister. I love you not because you are my brother. I love you because you are my wife or husband. And this one, sexual activity is attached to it. This kind of love is what exists between spouses. It is given to someone in anticipation that the person would give you same. The basic element of passion love is the desire to seek satisfaction. It is, however, hard to sustain passion love because its stimulation may diminish or fade over time. Then the fourth type of love, according to the Greek theory, is what we call agape, the genuine love. This love you give without expecting anything. It is self-giving. You sacrifice for the benefit of your lover without asking for anything in return. If I'm doing good, anything good for you, I'm not doing because you pay me, but I'm doing because I want to do it. And I do not expect anything in return. So we have looked at the triangular theory of love, which is intimacy, commitment, and passion. And we have looked at the Greek theory of love, which is philia, storge, eros, and agape. What kind of love are you giving? What kind of love are you giving? I hope I've been able to journey with you this evening. I hope you've learned something. Thank you all for being part of this program. This is our faith with me, your servant, Reverend Father Maryba Theophilus. Until we meet again next week, may God continue to bless you. Don't go away. At exactly 9 o'clock, the end of the year Rosary Crusade will come on. Let us pray as the Lord has promised us that He will do something new in our lives. Until we meet, I say, God bless you. Bye-bye.
Holy Virgin, by God's decree, you were called eternal.
Hi, my name is Daniel. I want to urge you all to watch Maryba TV always, and don't forget to subscribe. We are Mrs. Daniel, memory in free the Daniel, and I Maryba TV. Na empo memory in free the don't say bell.